Hello everybody, welcome to another Friday video. It's going to be a stacked day in any case, and I've just had a chance to read through the dev diary, a contest evolved, basically the future of the game, and I've decided I'm going to deliver this in a different format. Normally I just use a green screen, but I'm just thinking like, man, let's change it up because I don't want all the videos to be exactly the same in the way they look. So yeah, I'm going to change it up and we're going to go over the little PDF and also the deep dive of the contest evolved dev diary. Obviously, you can go to the forums. I'll put a link in the description. It will just take you there and so you can read it for yourself. But I'm just going to go over some of the things I like. Maybe some of the stuff I've got like a few kind of like, well, question marks about. But this seems like it's going to be a very cool addition for the future of the game and actually shows some innovation from Kabam, which I absolutely love. From a quality of life standpoint, we got sell from stash, man. I think a lot of people want to do that because ultimately you're just stacking up so many things and it's repeatable and it's just so boring when you want to just like gather things like gold. Sell off a load of like terrible stuff which you just like, man, I just hate this stuff. Champion tag filtering, so darn important, especially with the game evolving in such a way that you're like, right, well, who have I got hashtag control, who's a hashtag villain, who's a hashtag avenger, and just like putting everything together so it's easy to find up stuff. So very important. Fight again for dual targets, which again is incredibly important, and dual targets basically you know, helping out as well. So those summoners with particular strong spider scent have already spotted that new, so we've seen the new account stuff, we've seen the things like you search it and then the champion is there, so that's good for kind of like training purposes. Okay, now it's on to the innovation and talking about the idea of root and volume triggers, but root specifically because it doesn't really go into much detail about how this works, but it's talking about the idea of rooting a champion staying very still like this or like that, and it's like, well, you're still able to kind of like, well, you obviously you stay still in any case, but kind of like parry or stuff. I think you need a bit more explaining with that, but I don't know if it's like a case of like not locking the screen but locking the motion, and yeah, further explanation about volume triggers. Just goes on like innovation and just like stuff that happens in the battle itself, as it say here, like traps being laid. Traps, man, that's weird. Healing pads, spiked walls, so like that is cool. This is what I'm talking about, innovation. The idea like, okay, well, if you swipe back too much you're gonna hit like a spiked wall, so you're like back there's like a spiked wall, so that's gonna tick damage or bleed or something like that. But as well, like healing pads, like the more aggressive you are, the more chance you get to like heal. But man, like I said, innovation. Swipe back like 3 times to a point and you like heal up, man, I love that. That's so innovative and so cool. Kabam also talk about like fight replays, and that is something that is going to be slightly helpful, but I think it needs a lot more to it. And as well, like it's talking about in-game replays, plays of the week, or just sharing your proudest moments with friends, which obviously it comes a point of saying that, well, this is like what YouTube is. But imagine that, like a separate series and kind of like even Kabam getting involved with it, like our play of the week, and obviously them showcasing, and like you could even see like a new series, like even I could do like a new series on YouTube called Replays of the Week, which might be a cool thing to do, and obviously maybe kind of stimulate a Saturday show similar to my Monday, Wednesday and Friday edition of Marvel Contest of Champions News, and mine and Dan's podcast on a Sunday is like replays every Saturday. So that would be amazing. So again, innovation, and pretty proud of what Kabam are getting in ideas wise to improve and stimulate new ideas in the game. Okay, now on to the most insane thing that I absolutely love. Now, you will know that most games have this kind of mechanic of switching between different characters. And like there's stuff with like Marvel Future Fight, and there's stuff with like Injustice where the idea of you switch between characters, and Marvel Future Fight where you're able to kind of like do something where you switch character out and they're able to kind of like assist with going against it. Kabam are doing something similar, but I think this is just kind of like, this is amazing. So strikers, this is like a tag team type thing that I'm just like, it blows my mind. You can see the image now, but I've got a GIF for you as well, which is also a gift. This is the GIF here, and I'm going to leave it running a few times because this is just absolutely amazing. So this is obviously a developmental thing, so it's still being built. But the idea that you can just like summon your tag team like person, and also it looks like potentially you can do a special like that's like there's a click and you're able to kind of like click in somebody to come in and do either a special attack or a hit combo or something like that. That is going to be absolutely amazing, and I just cannot wait to see what Kabam are going to do with this. But I just love the amount of effort, and again, innovation. This is completely innovative to kind of say that 5 years down the line, I mean, yeah, you could say, right, should this stuff have been developed a lot sooner? Yes, but is it a case that this could put some much needed energy, freshness, and just excitement into the game? Oh, for sure. This is the kind of stuff I want to see personally. Stuff that's brand new, elements of interacting with the walls, the floors, and stuff like that. It's innovative, it's cool, it's so much fun, and yeah, I literally am just kind of just amazed by this. So tag teams, imagine that, tag teams. Imagine as well, like you know, you can pick up your favorite X-Men characters with one another. You can take an Inhuman, you can take this. You can have Doctor Doom coming in with you to like throw down some pain. Man, that would be so cool. And as well, like if there was a way that you could just like get something to come in and throw a bleed attack, that would be pretty amazing as well, just to maximize a bit of damage or whatnot. Yeah, so cool. Next up, when it comes to incursions, there's a lot to unpack with this, so I'm not going to go into full detail of it, but there's a lot of stuff that Kabam want to do with it. At the end of the day, somebody like myself, when Incursions was released, I was like, yeah, so hyped for it, and then I got a little bit kind of like, well, bored of it, but I then, like in the last, say, couple of weeks, really got myself into it again, and I feel that it is something that if Kabam keep working on, that it's going to be a really fun kind of game mode. So yeah, I'm well up for it. I mean, like even tonight, myself and Dan are going to be doing a very special Incursions live stream where we're going to focus on Hulkbuster builds and taking it into Incursions and seeing what we can do with his 6-star version and my 5-star version at 565 and his, I think, at rank 2. So it's going to be a case we're going to hopefully just like take on a load of enemies and as well buff some stuff. So there's going to be lots of improvements to hacks in the Incursions in the future. I believe they're going to add 6-star shards into that particular Dark Artifact store, which is going to be amazing. And obviously the hacks need to be constantly evolving, which I think are going to be really good. And even talking about scenarios here, while a champion has an active armor buff, the opponent is armor broken, tormented, and vulnerable. So yeah, there's loads of things to kind of like go into that Kabam want to change a few things as well, for like new features and such like. And as well, like themed boss fights, like every 5 fights that they want to kind of put 5 zones, put like a special fight in. Mechanics of where you get to kind of like pick and choose bosses. Lots of different ideas I think that have come out from the community, and lots of other things as well from like friendship benefits that they want to look into, event abilities. So yeah, there's a lot there that needs to be unpacked, but a lot more that Kabam are doing to kind of re-emphasize the push for this particular game mode. And yeah, there's just that clarification there about the Incursion store update. We're increasing the purchase limit of 5-star Incursion crystals and adding 6-star shards as a purchase option in the Incursion store. So like for me at the moment, I've got nearly enough in about a week's time to do 2 Incursion crystals, but maybe there's something like I've always wanted to get a sunspot, but for whatever reason it has eluded my clutches. However, though, if there's a crystal that I could have 2 chances to try and get sunspot, that would be great, rather than having to do 1 and then wait for, well, a chance to get it from a 5-star basic. And as well, pointing out that 6-star shard addition there to that. So that's good. I mean, it's not a full 6-star. And as well, there's talk of like, you know, it would have been good to see something like a zone, sector 7, not sector 7, sector 8, like a new sector, sorry, a new sector in Incursions, and the ability to pick up 6-star shards. But maybe that could be something that Kabam could put in future, but we'll have to see. Also, they do mention the leaderboard side of things, which I know a lot of players have been quite interested in, but for whatever reason, it's just not something in Kabam's radar. Obviously, they've got a lot to do, a lot to build, and obviously a lot to commit to, especially by the end of this year and obviously early next year. So they haven't been able to kind of fully put any kind of like dev time to something like leaderboards. But we need to move on to something that's very important, that's arena improvement. And then the arena improvements for me, there's some stuff that looks to be like logical things that need to be done. There also seems to be like a lot of things that have been missed, but I think that's mainly with the grind and the milestones. As even Kabam allude to, like, arena's a grind, and it's a case that either people like it. I personally like arena, but I don't get as much time to grind it, which obviously is kind of important if you are trying to push more emphasis on your free-to-play side of things, and obviously gathering units through different means, and as well getting stuff like 5-star and 6-star shards from grinding out. And the thing is, it's all about milestones for me. Now, I don't see any kind of like anything in this that says like, look, in the milestones we're going to take out prem shards, which is something of an issue. It's not a huge issue, but it is an issue when it comes to like any kind of gathering of further ISO, and as well feeling that you're stimulating and growing a roster, even more so when you're free to play. So that's the thing. If there's people that can put loads of money, hey, that's fine. Look, that's you do you at the end of the day. But those free to play players want to see something where, look, if they grind at arena, which a lot of them are doing, that when they're gathering back things like shards, that it's not just about the rank rewards we get in shards, but say if it's going to be uncollected, that you get, well, I don't know, Grandmaster crystal shards, and if you're Cavalier, you get Cavalier crystal shards, you know, those kind of things. And let's face it, most of the time in those Grandmasters and Cavaliers, you're picking up 3 stars, but still at least to say that there's some shred of chance to get a 5-star, and in some cases 6-star, or even a 4-star, it's still like a load of ISO, which benefits a player to then obviously gather the resources they need to then rank up champions, level up champions, you know what I mean. But in any case, there are some good things that are coming out from this, like the increasing amount that you get for the ranks, and obviously going from 150 to 300 is a very, very important thing, because obviously a lot of players do miss out. And also AI is an absolute ball ache, and especially with the death squads that you go up against. So that's something I hope that Kabam are looking to, like, you know, definitely address, which they do say they are. And a 3-star featured champions, new champions come out, and obviously people would get them, but they'll be grabbed from the milestones, which is something that I think that would have been a better idea for like the 4-star arena, changing it to a 5-star basic and have it 2 mil that you pick up a 4-star, but it was still, you know, I think that's just something I don't think is going to happen anytime soon. But there looks like there's a lot of stuff that's going to be improving for just like quality of life stuff, like auto request help, improved boost to UI, cached filtering. I want to make it possible for your filters between arena matches will only reset when you close the game. Auto select champion button. So that's going to be good. So the next 3 champions are all set up to like good to go, like boom, boom, boom. Like it's a case like the loading screens. And that's the thing Kabam was saying. They want to limit down loading screens to just switch between you going, I've done one fight, next fight, like that. PI differentials. This is obviously the deathmatch thing, which are looking to fix it, which is great. And there's so many other things as well, like a new arena alternative, which I don't know about this. Obviously, there's more modes being put into the game, and obviously there's going to be increased amount of like, not load to the game, but obviously when it comes to problems for older devices, you're going to have a more modern device in order to kind of run this. But if this is going to be an improvement, and as Kabam say here, we're looking to creating an alternative method to score towards arena milestones and ranking. So that may be where all these extra shards may be coming in. We don't have a ton of talk about now, but our current thinking is to create a new solo mode that will leverage some of our Incursions tech. So it could be a case that you've then got multiple modes, which I know it'll be like, well, we've got too much content in game. But I think what Kabam are trying to create is, it's not going to be a one size fits all. For those that don't like arena and do like arena, then it's a case that if you don't like arena, this new mode will probably be for you. But if you like arena, this will be for you, and it may give you an opportunity to grab similar stuff, but give you that choice. And I think that's the thing Kabam want to do, is give you choices of stuff that you like doing, rather than saying arena, you do, only do, and that's it. So that could be like a positive direction they'll be going in, but obviously it's within 12 months, so I think this process is going to see us into 2021, so it's going to be a busy old 12 months, I must admit. Also, it looks like Kabam are putting in some kind of like social gloating system, which I don't know if this is going to be like a special kind of like I don't know, badges, I don't know, you've won by not taking so much damage in the block, or parries, or stuff like that. That could be quite interesting. I don't know if it's going to be something mega, but I mean, it could be like achievements in game, but they're pretty much done in game as well, but something you're able to share out from the game, like share on Twitter, share on social media, those kind of things. So Kabam also talk about this kind of like epic raid boss thing, which is going to be all about large scale collaborations. So I don't know if this would be like, this would be great from a global standpoint, similar to like I don't know, Pokemon raids where everybody comes together and does a bit of damage. Like imagine that as a community, you come to like do one big kind of like boss fight. And if it's like a you know, you participate in the legendary one and you do X amount of damage that you get something back. Similar to like many other games where they have that system in place, but imagining from a global standpoint, like a global raid, like World of Warcraft, or you know, so many other games. I mean, you guys know what I'm talking about. But imagine that would be amazing. Hopefully that is the case, not just on an alliance front, but like on a global front. Also, looks like Kabam want to create more of a competitive scene with a lot of players obviously showcasing their skill and obviously putting together something with a new meta, and this being more summoner, less Kabam when it comes to creation of some of this stuff, which I think is cool and will be nice to kind of put together something that stands out as opposed to like other mobile games. So yeah, looking forward to finding more about this, but obviously this is down the line. And there's a lot still to do. And the final thing is talking about commitment and basically the way that content and as well like communication needs to be done in the community. The fact is, and this is obviously the last dev diary, we've gone through the transition of talking about like what Kabam plan to do with in the interim with stuff of key content like quests, like champions, and all the fundamentals that's important for a daily grind, but also the future and the innovation side of things. And this is what this is all about. The innovation, and as well the community coming together with ideas and keeping and creating a standard for how things need to go in future. We've had 5 years of this game. Obviously Kabam have taken up to this 5 years to really get an idea that, you know, things aren't right at all. And that's obviously the community coming together to say, look, this is our areas of pain points, frustrations, and as well just kind of like boredom with the game. Because it's not just a case of going like, oh right, I've done everything, and going, I'm bored. It's a case of like players like coming onto the game to go, look, well, what's exciting about it? And if they're going to put in stuff like that tag team type elements, the competitive scene for those that are, you know, really skilled at the game, and as well the pain points when it comes to frustrations in arena, then obviously this is taken into consideration. So many areas of frustration, but as well looking at the future to create something that allows players to go, hey, do you know what, that Marvel Contest of Champions game, it's actually pretty good. And someone might say, oh no, I played that years ago and it was terrible. Well, at least now we can say that if this is the way that it's going to go between 2020 and 2021, that this game looks to improve massively, then it is going to be an absolute pleasure to play this game. But it's not obviously going to be today or tomorrow. It will be by, say, next year that players will literally go, do you know what? This is what we needed to see. This is fun, and obviously let's give this game more of a chance to have more years. Rather than saying it's Splitsville. So yeah, I must admit, you know, apart from the few little arena things that I still feel haven't really been addressed from a milestone perspective, it's a pretty solid bit of announcement here. And the thing that I love is innovation, and this is the case with a lot of the stuff. It seems like it's innovation. It comes up from great ideas from the community, Kabam themselves, and as well taking an inspiration from what the competition are doing. And yeah, all I can really say is I hope for the best. At the end of the day, all I can say is I hope for the best. This looks positive, but at the same time, I'm sure that players want to see this stuff in motion, timelines and stuff like that. But yeah, big thumbs up from me on this one. Thoughts in the comment section. What do you think about this particular announcement? And yeah, be interesting to see what your thoughts are. Bye-bye for now.